What's going on YouTube? In this video I want to talk about why I never use and will never use debit card for any of my purchases and why probably you shouldn't do it either. Now just a quick disclaimer, this video is not a financial advice, I'm just simply sharing what works best for me, however you are solely responsible for your own financial situation. So to start, I get the convenience of the debit cards. Obviously they're more convenient than cash, so you don't have to go to the bank, withdraw the money just to purchase something, but literally that's their only benefit compared to the credit cards. So why not switch to the credit cards for purchases, especially if you're a responsible person. Now obviously the banks benefit from us using the credit cards because sometimes they can charge the interest. Of course that's only if we're not doing it right in the first place, but then why would the banks want you to use the debit card for purchases? And the answer for this is really simple. You see, when you go to the grocery store, for example, both the credit cards and the debit cards actually charge the store a small fee, whether it's called convenience fee or transaction fee, and that fee is usually between 2.25% and 3.5%, meaning if you're actually using your own money from your checking account by using the debit card, the store will be still charged. However, there is actually zero benefit for you for using the debit cards, and here is just a couple of reasons why using the credit cards will benefit you way better. First, on the credit cards you have way better protection from fraudulent charges. That's of course comparing to the debit card, because if someone hacks your debit card, then that money will be gone from the account right away. And even though yes, you can try to dispute it later, but sometimes that might be difficult when the money is already gone. However, if there is fraudulent charges on the credit cards, you can easier dispute these transactions, then the credit card issuer will investigate it, and if your claim is legit of course, then these fraudulent transactions will be voided. Now you probably heard this saying multiple times, time is money, and that couldn't be any closer to the truth when it comes to the credit cards, because only credit cards, when you compare it to the debit cards, can give you delayed payment. So if you have few credit cards, let's say on average that's 5 weeks delay from the moment you made that transaction, which means for that 5 weeks you're holding that money in your pocket, which then you can deposit to the high yield savings account, for example, getting you interest, which to me is no brainer. Why would I want to pay the money to the bank right away if I can hold their money for up to 5 weeks for free, right? Third reason why I never use debit cards is they do not build your credit. So then again, simply by using the credit cards for all the purchases, you're building your credit score, which then can benefit you financially, at least in the long run. Let's say when you apply for the car loan or better yet mortgage, so then you're gonna save ton of money on interest because you have good credit. Another reason why I never use debit cards is because credit cards usually offer better rewards. Now don't get me wrong, there is some debit cards that offer some rewards, but they're not even close to the rewards that credit cards offer. And if those reasons are still not good enough for you to replace your debit card with the credit card, then there is also one more thing that credit cards offer, and that's all the extra perks, where some cards offer free car rental insurance or complimentary lunch in some hotels, access to the spa and etc. So for those reasons, why would you even use the debit card? Now before I finish this video, there is one thing I want to be very clear about. The only way the credit cards will actually benefit you is if you always pay the statement balances in full, and yes, I'm talking about on each credit card, because otherwise if you keep paying interest on these credit cards, then all the benefits I mentioned won't even matter, because you're losing even more money on the interest charges. Now even though I use credit cards for 90% of my purchases, but sometimes using real cash can benefit you too. Here is the video about it, and thank you for watching.